Here we go. Do the 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk have a deal imminent? That means, is it close to going down? I hope Mike is right, because he's my source. Listen, we got that in the latest in 49ers camp right here on The BAM Show. And get y'all questions ready. Let's go. What's going on, faithful to the Bay? It's your host, Wayne Breezy and Mike Andrews. We live kicking it with the fam. Bro.
All
Mike,
the time, bro. What's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Let's go.
I'm good, man. Hey, Mike, did you get a chance to see the new BAM shirts? Hold on.
Yeah, so, yo, what's up with that? Like, where my love at? I'm going to come in here hating because I like that. I love that.
Well, you can't come in here hating. I asked you, did you check your mail? Did you check your mail?
I checked my mail today.
Okay, so it's just not there
crazy?
Yet. What?
It was a half a mouse, a dead mouse at my mailbox.
Definitely wasn't expecting to hear
the
that.
top half. So, like, if that means somebody threatening me? Like, you know how my man woke up with the horse head in his bed? And, you know, what was that? Godfather? Not Godfather. What movie? Was it Godfather? When he woke up with the horse head in his bed?
Yes, that was Godfather. Absolutely. That's the beginning of the movie, dog. Like,
so I got the mouse in my,
nah,
in my
totally
mailbox.
different.
Like, what that mean? I'm a rat? I'm a little bit of a rat? Somebody trying to send me a message?
Well, mouse and rats are two different things. It would have been a rat if it was a rat. Maybe they're saying you're quiet as a mouse?
Yeah, maybe, man. I don't know. I'm not sure. So
I wasn't expecting that. That you want to talk about throwing me off guard? That literally threw me off guard. Now, we want to do a mic check. 1 2 1 2. Do we got the crackle popping going on out there? Y'all let us know in the comment section.
Pop.
Shout out to the live chat, the BAM crew's in the building. Shout out to Dawn Dotson, who was first in the building with the Hello Niner family. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to smash that like button. Also, please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Dawn, thank you so much for that. Shout out to Ben is in the building. Peachy's in the building. Manly's in the building. Kylie's in the building. Rob D, what's going on? In the building. There he is right there. So this is the guy you got beef with. But you might want to have beef with your mailing system because he sent out the shirts. So I think it's more your mailing system. He sent them out at the same time. So maybe Connecticut's closer to. There's no way Connecticut's closer to New York from New. There's no way Connecticut's closer to New Jersey from New York, right?
That's not. It depends on what part of New York. New York is big.
That's true. That is true. That is true. That is true. So, hey, what up, Fair? Fair's in the building. Mike, get your questions ready. We want to do a live Q&A with you. But before we get to that, we're not going to waste any time. We want to talk about 49ers camp. What's going on?
These seats out. Mike got gangsters on the budget. They can't afford horses. They leaving rat heads at the crib.
He said a mouse. He said a mouse. To be fair, he said a mouse.
But that's funny though. That comment is funny, man. I like that. No, all jokes aside, I did check the mail today. You know what pissed me off also about the mail?
What's that?
I have toll by plate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like instead of having an easy pass, you go through and you prepay an account, right? Mm-hmm. Wayne, every single time I go through a toll, which is not often, I get the toll plus a $50 fee in the mail every damn time.
Why don't you just get the Easy Pass?
I had it and it's missing, so I switched it to toll by plate.
So just order a new Easy Pass. Say you lost the Easy Pass, they'll stop that account on that Easy Pass, and then they'll connect your account to a new Easy Pass.
Because I probably lost it though. Like it's probably here.
It doesn't matter. It's a device. But
why don't my toll by plate work?
I'm trying to give
why I keep getting fines and fees.
That's the real question, right? Like he's asking me about that. I'm trying to give him the solution. Like there's a
Yeah, but you
solution.
won't answer my question. This
Oh,
is the
because
thing
I
with
don't
us.
I
Like you
don't
can't.
know. I don't know. I don't know what toll by play even is. But what I do know is you tell them you lost the easy pass. They probably might charge you $5 or $10 for a new one. They switch the account to it. No more fines. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm a solution guy. I'm a problem solver. I can't answer all the questions. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. If I knew what toll by play was and I did that, I can relate. But that's some
That
different stuff
junk
for
be
me.
pissing me off. I be angry. I be
I
angry
know
every
that's
time I
extra
go.
money coming out your
Like
account.
you pay all this money, and then when you go back to correct it, they take the fine amount
I
out of
could
my
tell you.
account.
I could
So
tell
I
you.
put $150 on for a trip just to Atlantic City, New Jersey, and that's 2 tolls.
But that's how the Easy Pass works too. You
They
you put
hustle.
you set a limit, and then every time you get to your $50, say you got a $50 limit, every time you get, they take it out $50 increment or whatever you set it to, and then when you get to that, whenever you do, you just re up the 50. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But
It's terrible. I turn all that auto update junk off on my account, but I
oh
should
yeah, you
maybe
don't
left
like
something
stuff like
on. I
that.
don't know.
No,
They
I
killing me.
remember you told me you don't like that stuff. Uncle Salty, what's going on? All right, Mike, you ready? So we got some training camp updates. Brock Purdy threw 0 interceptions today at 49ers camp. I read on. Okay, hold on. I read on Twitter that we needed to report that. So I just wanted to make sure
Somebody
that
said that we needed to report it.
not that we, but
Oh,
like, talk about him not throwing any interceptions. So I thought, I'm not trying to be funny, facetious or anything. I think it's pretty cool that he didn't throw any interceptions. Heard he had a nice pass to Ricky Pearsall. So Ricky Pearsall's with the ones. You see things starting to trend upwards, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we just mentioned something along those lines of him
I, I,
getting in with the right group, right? So
Yeah, they're right. But do you see how when you're with a number one quarterback, your level
mm,
upgrades just a tad bit? Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Hey, let me ask
yeah,
you this question
yeah.
about Brock Purdy. Does Brock Purdy make players better?
Certain ones, yes, I do believe so. Yes, I think the only player on the offense that he can't make better are I. I'm gonna say Aiyuk and Gray because I think they're more downfield guys where
Oh, I
they
hate you,
they make
Mike. You
him better.
just made me remember something I didn't want to report. Danny
Uh-oh.
Gray, I
No, don't say
believe,
it.
left camp with an injury. He was having a hell of a camp.
What? Are you
I
serious?
don't know if it's super serious. We'll break that stuff down on Nothing But Niners and some of the longer shows, but that was the report from today. If there was an
Dang,
injury
man.
report today, I believe it was the Danny Gray. Also, per Nick Wagner, I do want to talk about who wasn't there. All right, so how about we do that? I thought I had it inside my bookie marks. So let's see if I put it in there. All right, off practice for today. Now, I don't believe they're going to practice on tomorrow. I think they have tomorrow off, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so let me go ahead and.
Dolphins signed wide receiver Willie Snead.
Oh, good.
And
Wasn't he just
good.
crying about?
He was the one complaining about not getting a fair shot at getting
Yeah.
reps here. What do you think he gonna do over there when they got 2 number ones? Never mind. Let me shut up. I'm gonna chill.
Anyway, because Mike, you try. This is what the show is about. We start stuff, but we back it up. You dig? All right, so players that he did not see participating in today's practice, guard Aaron Banks. You know who got the snaps starting guard at the left guard today?
Uni.
Pooney. Yep, they moved Pooney to the left guard. Wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk, wide receiver Jawan Jennings, linebacker Curtis Robinson. You know who had a camp day today in that linebacking 3 spot? Because I think the linebacker 3 spot is going to be between 2 players. Can you guess the 2?
Devondre Campbell.
Nope, he's linebacker 2.
Oh. Oh, you put him straight up there. All right. Well, the D Winters.
Nope.
All right. I give up.
Curtis Robinson and Demetrius Flanagan Files. I think they're going to compete for that starting Sam backer, bro.
I had DFF and Winters competing for the third linebacker spot.
That's
So,
fair. That's fair.
Curtis Robinson, huh?
Yeah, Curtis Robinson, who's been
You
having
like
a pretty.
him like that?
He's been having a pretty good camp, man, and he's one of the veterans in the group, right? And so we know how it is with veterans over young guys, unless these young guys, mainly veterans over rookies, but sometimes these young guys, depending on how much they progress. Now, if there are injuries to some of these veterans, Kyle will go with the younger guy. He has no choice, right? So I think D Winters still gets slowly put in, but I think Curtis Robinson and Demetrius Flanagan-Files are going to battle for that 3 spot on the base defense, that is, and then they'll utilize D Winters special teams as well and see what happens. Logan Thomas wasn't there. Isaac Garendo, we know he has the hammy injury. John Feliciano with the knee injury. Jarrett Kingston. What was Jarrett Kingston? Was he a 5th or 6th round pick? I can't remember. I feel like he was a 6th round pick. We had a 6th round pick, right? 6th round pick, Jarrett Kingston from USC. Offensive lineman Spencer Burford with a broken hand. Jacob Cowing hamstring. Tate Martin injury. And Javon Hargrave did not practice today.
Jarrett Kingston.
Oh, you were really looking it up. He was a 6th round pick.
He was a 6th round pick?
6th round pick, yeah. He's a 6th round pick.
All
right. So Mike, I'm gonna let you take over. I'm gonna go and see if we have any questions starred for the Q&A segment. But let's go ahead and talk about Brandon Aiyuk. We have the sighting as far as Brandon Aiyuk being there, and today this is what happened. It was a little different. Now we've seen Brandon Aiyuk at practice talking to John Lynch, but Mike,
back of the end zone. Not on the field.
This is why I needed you. I needed you to break down, like, you know what I'm saying? Back of the end zone, not on the field. Today, this was on the field, not much talking, but more of a gesture. And then I want to get your breakdown on the gesture. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
All right, so you could do it while we're talking. I muted the sound.
So Aiyuk is the guy in the middle of the screen right now with the black hoodie on with his back to us.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it stopped playing because it ran out. My bad. Here we go.
There he is right there. Long limbs. Okay, walking, trying to be low.
Is Aiyuk the only person that wear his hoodie like that to where you can't see his face? Because I do it too.
Probably. I can't do that. My hair be coming up around my face, and I don't like that. So first he sees John Lynch there, fake throws. Hey, what's up, man? Told you we get it done. And then here comes Kyle. But look at how emphatic this hand. Good to have you back, baby. Get you in here next practice? Yeah, man, come on. I told you all was going to happen. All right, man, I'm happy to be here. But now he's got to go through the stretching. He's got to go through all that stuff. On the field, in the middle of a catching session, it was Kyle's handshake that really did it for me. If you run this back about 6 seconds. Was that
Kyle? I couldn't tell if that was Kyle. Is that Kyle right there? Oh, yeah, in the red. That's not Kyle? In the red. Yeah, Kyle wears the red hat. Is Kyle the only person that can wear a red hat to make him stand out as the head coach? That's better than a handshake. That's a hug.
No, but I want you to get the handshake too, though. Look at how Kyle like really goes into that handshake.
No. Okay, Mike, you always right. Hold on.
Come
you ever
on,
like
man.
You know how you don't have the slow-mo button, so you hit the click 155 times per second? That's what I'm about to do. Hold on, let's bring it back.
You know you could actually change the speed on this, right?
No. This is a video that it's up here, so I don't think you could do that.
Oh, okay. Are you clicking the heck out of that?
You can hear the clicks? I don't care about the handshake. It's the hug. Did he hug John Lynch? Or was just the handshake? The John Lynch was a strong, firm, long handshake.
Yeah, but see, it's not going to be as good from John. I can tell you why.
Okay, that's what I needed to know.
John Lynch smiles. He looks at him. All right, let me.
That was a big smile. That smile has to mean something, though.
No, I think he was smiling at the kids right there. I don't think that was a smile towards BA.
Say less.
This is BA going.
No. Because he looked at BA. Look right there. There. I see you, BA. I see you coming to sack me, BA. I see you, dog.
Right.
And here comes the smile. He looked at the smile.
Right. Let me get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Because now I got to act like we cool.
That's a hard. There was a swing.
That was a business dap right there.
That was a
like
business.
Cool, but it's business. right? That was business. The next one was welcome back, right? No hug, no embrace. So you got to remember that this was Aiyuk's camp versus John and his camp. So
See
John Lynch in his camp.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
Kyle gets his man's back.
I'm getting excited. Okay, do you see the handshake? You see the grip? That's the Kung Fu G.I. Joe grip right there. That's like, I was never letting you go in the first place, dog. Don't you drop this. You here, right? And then the seal, the deal. The seal of the deal is the warm embrace.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 pats on the back. Was
three
it two
pats
or three?
on the back.
Was it two or three?
It happened so fast.
Oh,
bro.
there's the third one. There's the third one. Let me see it. Run it back again. 3 pats on the back. Come on,
Did I go back
baby.
too far? Did I go back
No, you ain't go back far enough.
Why does it look like it's going in reverse? Or is it me? Oh, I didn't go back far enough. Got you.
Look.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go. Let's go.
We got us
Let's
a
go,
match.
baby.
Listen, Brandon Aiyuk, the deal is imminent. I don't care what anybody says. I don't need Ian Rappaport. I don't need Adam Schefter. I don't need anybody to tell me that there's not a deal imminent. Mike, do you have the definition of imminent? Because on this show, we like to give people definitions and how to pronounce words and things like that. We want to make sure we make this show as educational as possible. Yesterday, I had to learn what the hell a bias was because I'm the most biased person out here. And I realized that I wasn't until Mike said, Wayne, you are. And then, I had to accept it. So, Mike, you got the screen share of imminent.
I did. Oh, okay. Yeah. You want to screen share? Okay.
Yeah, because we want to share with our community what we mean when we see the word imminent. Like, because that's a word that you want to hear. That's a good positive word. You know what I'm saying? All right. You had me at the bowl, ready to take place. You had me there.
Now, what's the second one say?
Happening
soon. Come on, bro. Come on, man. It's imminent.
It's imminent. It's imminent. So I'm excited because the 49ers clearly get their best wide receiver back. And this is not a shot at Deebo Samuel because I know people might feel some type of way, but I don't think you understand why I say that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at Brandon Aiyuk, he's your route running receiver, right? So let's do a quick lesson on receivers. Let's do X, let's do the Y, let's do the Z. We'll do it quick, we'll do it basic. Mike, the X receiver, that's your wide out. That's how I look at it. It's the guy's going to line up to the outside. That's the guy that's got to get open. It's not necessarily meaning he has to run 9 routes down the field and outbeat coverage with speed. He's just the guy that gets open. He's the one you're going to count on to command the double teams, to do all that stuff. Just correct me if I'm wrong, but that's Brandon Aiyuk. I feel like he's the X because we're going to put our receivers into these positions. Brandon Aiyuk is the X receiver, which makes him that number 1 guy, right? Now, Deebo Samuel, in my opinion, can play the X, but he's not the X. Brandon Aiyuk is the X. That's where you want him. Because his ability to just get open on plays. I think it's his ability to dictate the coverages, to beat man coverage. He's going to see a lot of that. His ability to run underneath, under zone, find holes in the zone. And I'm not saying the Y and the Z doesn't do the same thing, but this is the one that's usually moving down the field. That's my X. Do you have more to add to that?
No, I actually really, really like what you just said.
So why? And when you asked me why, it was like.
Well, I was gonna ask you, like which of those 2 receivers would control a safety more?
So that depends. So it would be
just on the route, not once they get the ball in their hands. Just on the route, which one of those 2 receivers would control the safety more?
It depends on the coverage of the safety because once you start moving guys in motion. Is the safety moving? Is the safety changing? Because that's when you can tell who's in man too. Like, right? If Deebo is your slot guy and he's moving in motion.
I put a thing up there for you if you want to see it.
My bad. I didn't see that. Mike be on it. This is what tag team back again. Check it if reckon let's begin. This is what we're talking about. So
ignore the caption. I should get that off of there. I got it. Don't worry. That was not supposed
it's
to be.
It's okay. Leave it. Oh, nah, just leave it. It's okay. So, you're so on point. All right, so let's explain to everybody what type of personnel this is. First, so this is 11 personnel because you got three receivers out there, right?
I'm
Or
assuming that there's no tight end.
I'm
Or
assuming
the
there's no
Y
tight
could
end.
be a tight end.
But what did
That's why
that
I said
say?
ignore it. Yeah, that's why I said ignore it
What did it say up
because
there?
it said
As
as
mentioned
mentioned in other answers, it's traditionally the tight end
all right. So the Niners like to run out with two wide receiver sets and a tight end and a running back, right?
and a fullback.
Sometimes they'll have the
That's what we do,
fullback
right?
out there, but yeah, that sometimes they would have the fullback out there. So if you take one receiver off, you got your fullback and your running back out there in that pro style form of offense. You're looking at what 12 personnel, right? Because the one tight end, the two running backs, right? And so now you have your two wide receivers out there, and you really just have an X. And I think you more have like that Z. So like if I was to put Debo in a role, it would be the Z, right? So I would mainly move him, not the slot guy, right? I would put him in the Z to where he's gonna move around on the field. He can line up
So
in that
interesting.
backfield, right? This is Kyle Shanahan's brain, bro. Like this
Can't
is
he can't come out of the slot and go to the backfield? I think Debo might be more of a threat if you start him at the end of
yes,
the
yes.
line or in the
But
slot.
yeah, but even if you start him in the slot, then he moves his formation. He moves back. He's at the Z. So like you see the Y's lined up at the line. So usually that's the tight end, right? But if you
Mhm.
got your tight end out there on whatever side, because right now you're over on the right side, because if you put your tight end over there, it's its power is
That's the
kind of like
strong side. Yeah.
right. But the tight end can move in motion and go to the other side and make the other side
hmm
strong, and then you could run the opposite way. Like there's so many different variations. Kyle Shannon. This is why Brandon Ayuk is so important because he's taking everybody. He's commanding the attention from the cornerbacks. He's commanding, and that's why I like when they play him in man. Please play him in man. He's beating you every single time. Like he's beating man. You can't press up on him. You can't play off of him. If you press up on him, he hits you with the quick feet and gets open with the whip routes. If you play off on him, he's running up and then he's quick feeting you and beating you. And so it's tough. That's why I think Brandon Ayuk is such a dynamic. And I know he hasn't officially signed an extension yet. And I know we're just egging it on, but I want y'all to understand how important Brandon Ayuk is to the 49ers offense. All right. So that's what's going on with Brandon Ayuk. You know what, Mike? Let's do some Q&A. How about we do some Q&A? Let's get to some
Yeah.
Q&A. Yeah, because we promised everybody we was going to give them Q&A. They did the goal. They met the goal. Let's see if we got any questions out there right now. I think I highlighted one. Myzael says, why are people trying to make interceptions in practice a thing? This is practice. Practice. We talking about practice. F. Nick Wright.
Why Nick Wright just catches straight like that?
Because Nick
Did I
Wright
miss
is the
something?
one that's always talking like he is the one that's always talking the about the 49ers. He
Nick
hates
Wright from
the dude hates
ES. I mean,
Brock
not
Purdy
ESPN.
from Fox, wherever he works.
Yeah.
He just can't stand Brock Purdy. He's always so negative. I think it's part of his whatever, but yeah, it's negative, 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 maybe a slight positive, the negative again.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I think some people need haters. Everybody singing your praises, you get a little content. And if too many, if there weren't somebody out there being negative about Brock and the national thing, I would be the bad guy. I would let people hate me so I can keep Brock listening and keep him motivated. Sometimes you need a little bit of a Grant Cohn to push Kyle Shanahan to be the better version of himself.
Okay. So Nick Wright is the Grant Cohn of the industry.
Brock Purdy. Nick Wright to Brock Purdy is what Grant Cohn is to
Kyle
Kyle
Shanahan.
Shanahan.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. All right,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did I spell eminent wrong?
No, you did not. I don't know why they wrote it like that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. All right, so let me go for. Does that answer his question?
Unless it's a completely different word. Now, see, I hate that I saw that because I saw what he put. Eminent domain versus imminent. Okay, so the way he spelled it is someone who is famous or successful.
Well, that's Brandon Ayuk as well, but that's eminent domain. Yeah, I feel like you got to put the domain by there.
Right. So it's different. Same pronunciation, different words altogether. Yes, Ty, I would be the Batman. I would be the villain that the people need. Guys, give us your questions, man. Ask us questions right here.
I'm looking for them.
Let's do some Q&As here, man. I want people to ask us
Me
questions about
too.
anything, man.
I'm excited to answer questions. Like, we don't get a chance to answer questions from everybody else.
We should have done like a banner, like ask questions, whatever you want to ask. So I kept
I
thinking,
did do it. I just didn't
for some
post
reason that I kept thinking that Trent Williams had to get his that really messed me up. Has it always been gold?
Yes.
Thing? All right. That really like stopped me because all right. I was thinking that Trent Williams had to get his deal done at least on the books before Aiyuk could get his deal. But you know what I realized? They could use that $14 million. That's pure cap right now for that 5th-year option and just rework starting with that. So they don't even need Trent Williams to do the deal.
No, they didn't. But the whole point was when Trent held out, it should have, for me, my thing was it would only enable them or help them to do the Brandon Aiyuk deal much faster, right? Because at the end of the day, you're relieving cap stress, right? You're relieving salary cap. So with Trent holding out or Trent looking for his new deal, restructure, whatever they're going to be doing with Trent Williams, I'm like, oh, the 49ers have zero excuses to get the Brandon Aiyuk deal done. That's kind of like where I was. Now, do they need to get the Trent deal done? Abso-freaking-lutely. Will they get it done? Abso-freaking-lutely. But right now, if them and Brandon Aiyuk got a deal, because I'm going to tell you right now, there's 3 wide receivers right now, right? Brandon Aiyuk being one of the 3. You got CeeDee Lamb, and it would be some funny stuff if the Cincinnati Bengals decide right now, a year early, to extend Jamar Chase, and then that's where it's going to really hit the fan for the 49ers. So I need the Niners to stop bull cripping, which I believe they have, and keep it.
Y'all know, today's the last day of July. They're gonna wait till August, because that's just what they do.
That's what they do. This is going down August, bro. Like we just knew it, But I think the deal is done today.
I do.
I think it gets announced in August because it's what we do. All right, we got a couple of questions. Jax, 49er Girls Knox says, is there levels to the secondary? Or should I say, who are the starters? All right. So is there levels to the secondary? I'm trying to understand that question more, but we can kind of announce who we think the starters are going to be based off of what we know, right? So the second, the secondary, just to remind anybody out there that doesn't know, is made up of your cornerbacks and your safeties. All right. So typically in a base defense, you got 2 corners and 2 safeties out there. Now the 49ers come out more in a nickel package. They like to run nickel depending on what the offense brings out. So if the offense comes out with 3 wide receiver sets, the Niners are going to come out in nickel. All right. That means they're going to come out with 1 less linebacker, right? But the secondary gets
sometimes.
It depends, but the secondary will get an extra defensive back. So now you got like 3 cornerbacks on the field with 2 safeties, 2 linebackers. All right. So your secondary are your corners and your safeties. Let's go with who you think the starters are going to be. I mean, it's pretty easy, right?
Outside guys are going to be Demo and Ward.
Bingo.
Right? Diamador Lenore and Travarius Ward.
Who is having probably one of the best camps in his life. Demo is out there in all pro form. I think right now it's Demo versus Debo. It's D&D. Like right now, who's having the best camp? It's those 2 guys.
Yeah.
All right, so you gave me the corners. I'll give you the safeties. This is where it gets tricky because
I went first on purpose.
You are a mother. You are so the worst.
I know one guarantee for you.
Is so Jair Brown is guaranteed?
Rep for Jersey ain't. Come on, man.
This
is what we
bias
do.
Mother trucker.
Bias. It's my bias. It's my bias. It's my bias.
Okay.
It's my bias.
All right. So we got Jair Brown. I mean, he's having a tremendous camp as well. It's so tough for me because Huff is not out there. But it's also tough for me to see Kyle Shanahan go with a rookie. I wouldn't be surprised if George Odom is the starting safety until Huff returns, or depending on what it looks like when Huff returns. I don't think Malik Mustafa's gonna get the start. Um,
What's the timetable on Hufanga? Do we know what that is yet?
well, the timetable is they're going to ease him back into everything. So I believe next week, once you start practicing toward preseason game, I think he'll enter camp next week. That doesn't mean he's going to play that week, but he'll enter camp. And you saw how they kind of slowly pushed on Ricky Pearsall. I think they do the same thing with Hufanga. They test him out. They see how it works, how comfortable he is on the ACL, all that good stuff. So I think it's going to take a little time. But if Huff is good to go, he's cleared, he's healthy, he's showing he's got the bend, he could run these angles, he's not losing a step. It's got to be Huff and Brown. For me, it's got to be Huff and Brown. But I think right now it may be Odom and Brown.
So
Odom
if
and
no
Brown.
Hufanga is really the question, then what
If no
safety do
Hufanga
they
is
go
really
with?
the question, correct. It's a great question.
Wait,
Jackson.
wait. Just wait a second. Hold on. What position does Malik Mustafa play?
Safety.
He too is having a really good camp, if I'm not mistaken, right?
He's having a really good camp. My issue, I don't have any issues with him. It's just what happens in the preseason game. I need to see film. I need to see him play NFL football, right? His camp is camp.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
I just need to see him.
I'm-
So in preseason, if he stands out, oh, shucky ducky quack quack. Now it's going to get even more complicated.
I'll give you my bold take. And instead of Talanoa Hufanga, Mustafa will be out there.
Okay.
Mustafa.
Respect.
Mustafa. Mustafa.
Oh man. Somebody give me the Pretty Ricky post. All I know is he balled out today. You know what I mean? I heard
What do
Odom
you
was
need?
having a great camp. That's what I heard.
You looking for the Pearsall catch? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You want me to screen share it?
Sure. It says I'm just looking for a couple of more questions. Here we go. Uncle Salty. Will Drake Jackson
I'm
make the
assuming that's what
final
you're talking about.
roster after the announcement that he's going to miss all of training camp? Mike. They want to know if Pierce was going to make the final roster.
No, Drake Jackson.
Drake Jackson. You
I
said
hate
Pearsall.
to sound
I'm
so
sorry.
negative, but I'm over him. I'm over it
That's-
already.
There's nothing wrong
I-
with that.
But
But there's nothing wrong with that.
no, well, it kind of is because it's not a new injury from this season. Like this is lingering from last year, so I shouldn't be holding that against him.
But I don't think it's
I think I'm just
lingering. I
being
think
impatient.
Well, I guess that's the right word.
Yeah,
That's the
because
right word.
it's not anything new. He's still in the healing process of last year's. He didn't it didn't get re-aggravated. He had no setbacks or anything like that, right? So this is a portion of where we already knew about the injury. We knew about the recovery time window and
It's
all
just-
that stuff.
it's
We
just
should be
recovery.
being patient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
We should
about
be being
dealing with the
patient,
recovery.
so-
But, Mike, you got to ask yourself, man, are the 49ers confident in their rotation? Because if they're confident in their rotation, they're not going to rush Drake Jackson
I
back.
don't. This is not a good. I don't.
So what I'm trying to say is I think that Drake Jackson starts the season on the PUP. So I don't think he makes the final roster. PUP
Right.
for Jackson, PUP for Jackson, PUP for Jackson. That's my final take on Drake Jackson. Let's see. Any other questions? We got a Ricky Pearsall _ worshiper 14. What do you think the part Ricky Pearsall is going to play in the offense / special teams? What do you think Ricky Pearsall's part is going to play? So I'll answer it first. Mike is on the phone. He's going to get snaps at the wide receiver position. I think he's going to be rotated in there. Remember, he could play the Z too. So having him on the field when Debo is out doesn't change the way Kyle Shanahan has to call his plays, because he has a guy that can do things, or at least has the ability to run the ball out of the backfield. Pearsall could also line up in the slot. So his versatility, to me, is what's going to get him on the field and see more reps than most receivers we've seen. And so where do I have him playing? Special teams. I would like to see him returning. I hope he's doing a really good job and the return game in training camp. So we need somebody that can solidify the return part, especially I think on the punts and stuff like that. So I can see that's where Pearsall is probably going to start off making a living. Earlier on the Wayne Breezy show, I kind of gave Pearsall like he's like the upgraded version of what Dante Pettis was. And I know we know what Dante Pettis was with the 49ers, but you got to go back and think about what Dante Pettis was supposed to be with the 49ers. Had he been what he was, he would have been electrifying in this Kyle Shanahan's offense. Unfortunately, he just wasn't capable enough. He was scared to get hit. It was a bunch of stuff that was wrong with Dante Pettis. Other than that, his routes were smooth. He had good wiggle. He could that's a pause right there. He could get skinny. What else did Dante? He had great hands and he was a return guy. So we'll see what happens when it comes to Ricky Pearsall. I think the sky's the limit for that kid. You know what I mean? Mike, did you want to add anything to Ricky Pearsall?
No, I just think that he's the prototype of what the 49ers are looking for in a wide receiver. They like quick feet. That's how they ended up with a guy like Trent Williams. This guy is I mean Trent Taylor. This guy is Trent Taylor with better size and better hands, and better speed. So this is what Kyle's looking for, and we'll see what happens. I think he's going to be just fine.
I agree, 1,475%. So you got the play of Ricky Pearsall. Can we show it real quick?
Yeah. Yep,
okay.
It's up there.
Let me just get rid of some things so that they can see it. And we told you we was going to extend the time just a little bit for this Q&A. So if you got some questions, we'll be here for another 10 minutes. So please put your questions in there. And we want to get to your questions today. Thank you so much for being a Super Chat contributor and helping us reach the goal on the last episode. We'll try to do a goal show at least once a week so we could do a live Q&A once a week if we reach that goal. All right, man, there he is. One-handed catch.
I don't even know why this is highlight worthy. It's not. I don't.
Is there anything else where he was in the 11 on 11s? Because these are one-on-one. These aren't even one-on-ones. These are just
I would say it's not even one-on-one. It's just a drill. All right, let me see if there's something else. So let me see if there was another one because I didn't understand what the. Let me see. Pearsall. Rest in peace, Chino XL. Man, that was.
Oh no.
Oh man. That was rough. Jersey legend there. More route running, more running on air. Everything that I'm seeing from him from today is like, again, not even one-on-one. Then there's the Drewski thing. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I think people are just excited to see him moving in pads, Wayne, if I'm being honest with you. Everything I'm seeing is more the same. He's just running an out, running a post.
He caught a nice pass from Brock Purdy today. So that's the play I'm looking for. Maybe it's going to be on the 49ers film and we got to wait later to get it. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Mark has a question, I believe. He says, Breezy and Mike, why make a big deal about training camp? Let's start with there. Why make a big deal about training camp? I think you talk about like all the interceptions. Even, do you even mean the positive stuff too as well, Mark? I'm just curious to know.
I think you should take it all into consideration, the good and the bad, but you don't want to blow any of it up, right?
Correct.
You're going to hear people who are anti-stat keeping for quarterbacks say, well, that's where they're supposed to go and try things out. Like, you don't want them experimenting during the game. You want to find out in camp if it's going to work and if you could make those, right? So you're going to hear things like that. You also, same thing can be said for literally anything. A running back, can I make that cut? Can I get between these two guys? Do I know how to get skinny? Can I, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, it would have been a tackle for loss. It applies for literally everything. So you have to make a big deal of it if you pay attention to it the way that we do, because it means something. We want to hear that guys are getting better day by day, right? Here's what I would like to hear. This guy's routes look better. He didn't catch anything, but man, when he was getting in and out of his breaks, right? You never hear that kind of reporting. You'll never hear that kind of reporting, but that's what I would like to hear. This guy's breaks were bad. I don't care that he caught 7 passes, right? They could have all been at the line of scrimmage, and he didn't go anywhere, right? I want to know about the route running. I want to know about the ability. I want to know that they weren't afraid to go across the middle. You know, like when we heard that about Pearsall yesterday, he was 1 for 2, and the one pass hit him right in his hands, but he got alligator arms, right? Like that was the negative on Pearsall yesterday, right? I would like to hear that today he was fearless going across the middle, realizing that it was practice and then they're only thudding, they're not really hitting and taking to the ground type of thing.
All right. So Look, man, I just, you know, I don't think I don't know if us doing shows about training camp is making a big deal, but it's good to talk about the good. It's good to look at the bad and see how what ways they can fix. I know none of it is. I, I don't think that they put too much emphasis on the practices. I mean, everything really comes down to what you do in the game, but at some point these guys got to make a roster. I think drafting Aaron Banks in the second round kind of solidified that he was going to have a spot on this roster over the undrafted Jason Poe, who was getting the first team reps over Aaron Banks. But when you look at Aaron Banks, you've watched him progress in this offense. You watched him get better on the left side, and there's a possibility that this is the year he does develop into an all pro. It would suck for the Niners because they would have to pay him next year, but it is what it is, right? You want to see players progress and get better, in my opinion. And we'll see what happens with these guys. But, that's what it is for me, Mark. Let's go to Mizell. He says, as far as practice goes, what issues are you really seriously concerned about, if any, that are relevant?
As far as practice goes, what issues are you really seriously concerned about? I mean, the obvious one, the low hanging fruit, is injuries, right? Like that's this team is so like ready right now. I'm not
That's
sure
deep
that
too.
there's yeah, so I don't think that there's like many like you're not worried about the locker room camaraderie. I'm not. I know people kept saying, "Oh, this Aiyuk thing could be a distraction, could be a distraction." We've gone through it with so many big names already that I don't think that anyone's sitting here saying, "Man, they don't really like what they don't like each other." Like I don't think that's the case. I don't think anybody in that locker room is mad at Trent Williams for doing what he's doing. I don't think anyone was mad at McCaffrey for missing the first practice. I don't think anybody is mad at Brandon Aiyuk for being there. I don't think anybody was mad at Debo when Debo did his thing either, right? I think that they've all been through it. They realize we're all on a good team, and we love and respect that the Niners are even considering paying all of us to keep us together. And so I think that the only real issue has to be injury. The coaching staff changes, maybe. Is that one for you, Wayne? How they adjust into the new coaches?
I don't think that's an issue because at least with Nick Sorensen become defensive coordinator, he's been in the facility for the past several years. So I don't think there's much of an adjustment opposed to a new guy coming in like it was last year with Steve Wilkes. So I don't even think that's much of an issue. They know Sorensen. Everybody that talks about Sorensen knows Sorensen. You heard what Demo said about Sorensen. You hear with all these top players for the 49ers, they talk about their defensive coordinator. Like he's been here, he's been coordinating. So and Nick Sorensen stated to this today during his presser. He said, I'll be down there on the football field during the games, and Brandon Staley will be up there in the box. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, at least Staley's not a coordinator, right? So now they're going to have the eyes from the sky as well as on the field. That's going to be a deadly combination. And you're hearing the stuff about Brandon Staley. They're saying, he's the Kyle Shanahan on that defense. Like his mind is crazy, right? So that's going to be
Mm-hmm.
pretty good, man. These could have been some really good hires. It could take that some adjusting to get to, but it looks like the players, Mike. I don't see the defense skipping a beat. For instance, yesterday in practice they started slow. Did they finish slow?
Hell no.
There it is. They're adjusting, and Renardo Green was back at practice today too. So that's what's up for the rookie, man. We'll be glad he was back
Love to
at
hear that.
practice.
Oh, I forgot about him in the. Well, he's not gonna get one of those starting jobs, but I forgot about him
He
though.
might be the starting nickelback, Mike.
Nickel, it might be the starting nickel. Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Ricky Pearsall says, where are you finding these clips? I run a Pearsall fan page. I'm just wondering.
I mean, you just go on x.com and then type in Pearsall and hit media, and it's going to show you any video or clip that was posted with the word Pearsall. If you want to get specific, you can put in Ricky Pearsall, and they will all pop up. And
There it is. There it is. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see what you see.
Are you concerned about veterans who have been here working for years and maybe getting cut, like Ambry Thomas or?
This is the last year in his contract. I mean, it's a possibility that he gets cut. I heard he had a good day yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He had an interception yesterday on Josh Dobbs. I don't know how he practiced today, but I'm not concerned about veterans getting cut. It was the best. May the best man win the job. At the end of the day, like that's what it comes down to. Like and so my bias is not kicking in there when it comes to him because he's had his opportunities. He's had his opportunities to make a name for himself here in San Francisco. So we'll see what happens. But he had a good day yesterday. So but again, that was against the twos. Maybe against the threes, it's a little different when he has to go up against the ones. And so I feel like if you're gonna really say he's out of here, it's gonna be tough. Leon Sandcastle says, "Did you see the Pretty Ricky post yet?"
Who is
He
Pretty
said
Ricky?
there's I don't know.
Like the group?
No, it's not the group.
I'm so tired of
Can't be the
being
group.
lonely.
Hated that song, bro. Hated that song.
Baby, grind on me.
That song was better, but
That
I
one
hated
better?
that too. Wasn't Pressure P part of Pretty Ricky?
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
We're slow grinding, baby. Yo, I got such a funny story about that, man.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You sure?
Yeah.
Come on, man. This is funny because when Pretty Ricky was out, that was back in the day of burning CDs and DVDs, and I mean, you know what I mean? Like we had the ability to like download and put them on the disc.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my boys were like, "Yo, we're gonna put together this like we called it like the smashing CD. Like what songs you want playing when it's time." Do you know my one boy had like 3 Pretty Ricky songs on that?
But they were hot. They were hot
He was
back
super
then.
R&B, but then he had the Pretty Ricky joints in there. It's funny.
But who's Pretty Ricky? That's what we're asking.
Like what's the account? Y'all saying he tweeted it? What's the Twitter
right?
account?
So who's Pretty Ricky? That's what we want to know. Like that's what we're looking to know.
This is the third
Pretty
time
Ricky
I've heard this in 2
A big
days.
trade is coming involving a big star.
But I thought
Pretty Ricky.
I thought Pretty Ricky. I thought people were talking about Ricky Pearsall.
Ricky Pearsall. Me too. That's why we looked up Ricky Pearsall. All right, so here's the prediction. Mark says Aiyuk is going to New England for Matt Judon and a pick. Defensive end.
Oh,
is
that what the DAP was? Was the DAP a goodbye? Like you asked for it, so you got your wish and come say bye to everybody?
Wait, I thought 3 pats on the back mean you safe. If it was
That's
2,
what I thought too. That's
2
why I
pats
counted
on
the
the back means you.
It was like, all
it's
right, my
mid.
bad.
1 pat on the back, your ass is gone.
Right.
There's a method to the pats on the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't like what y'all saying.
What's going on, Tanisha? There's a method to the pat on the back, though.
Did anybody share this Pretty Ricky dude's account name yet? 'Cause I have no idea who y'all are talking about.
Just type in Pretty Ricky on
40 accounts just came up.
Oh, you were really looking it up though. That's dope. I didn't even know you were on it. Pretty Ricky. So the whole time they're asking us about this on the show, I'm sitting here looking for Ricky Pearsall stuff. Here it is right here.
Right.
I got it.
Which one?
The Pretty
Brick?
Ricky. No, this can't be it.
What's the name?
This is some weird stuff.
This is the group. It's a Body. New video out called Body. Pressure P. Blue,
whatever I
even know.
looked up wasn't it. It was bots. Is it Pretty Ricky 444? Oh no, I'm not gonna click on all these things, man. Y'all tell me what the goddamn name is.
It says Pretty. Oh, there's an E in it. First of all, it's Pretty Ricky 2134.
There's no 4. He said no 4.
No 4. Okay, so Pretty Ricky with an E. Why are we giving this person so much pub right now? But it's cool. 213.
See, I see Pretty Ricky 213. What's the numbers he said?
213. Yeah, that's it.
Pretty
said
Ricky.
no
That's the
4,
one.
yeah.
Oh no, this is the one. Okay. All right. I'm just looking for the Brandon Aiyuk. When did he say this? Because I would think it would be at the top.
Well, he didn't say Aiyuk. He said a big trade involving a big star. So it was pretty vague.
He's corny. Be specific. Fuck out of here. I felt like I felt like he played it safe. Maybe Dallas is gonna trade CeeDee Lamb because they don't want to pay him.
Blockbuster trade brewing. NFL superstars about to get traded. The bones of a deal are in place and have been agreed to.
Is Brandon
Should be
Aiyuk an
submitted to the league
NFL
office by
superstar?
the end of the week. No.
See what I'm saying?
Where was he on the top 100 again?
66.
Like 80?
66.
Oh, 60?
It was like
Yeah,
80.
nah. Yeah, he's not.
Is CeeDee Lamb an NFL superstar?
No. But yes.
I can't stand
I'm hating on the Cowboys, but it's only because he played for the Cowboys. It's only because he played for the
Can't
Cowboys.
stand you, bro. I can't. Like you hit me with the no, and it was so convincing.
You know why
and
he
I'm
got
like,
you know why
really?
he got a special place in my heart?
Why?
You remember this move from draft night?
Oh yeah, the girl, his girlfriend on the couch. Give me my phone. Out of here.
He's been a superstar in my mind ever since then. My biggest moment. You think you're gonna go through my phone? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? All them congratulations, daddy texts was coming through right at that moment. I'm on TV and you gonna try this? Nah.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Congrats. Let me come on over there, Daddy. Yo, he snatched that phone so fast, bro.
Yeah, and gave her the illest look. Gave her the nastiest look.
Oh man. All right. Is he still with her?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't pay attention to players personally.
think
I
we
wouldn't
got-
have known that Christian McCaffrey got married if somebody else didn't tell me.
That's funny. We got one last question from Corey before we dip up out of here. Wayne Breezy, what about the Dre Greenlaw situation? So let's talk about the Dre Greenlaw situation because I don't know if it's a situation yet. You know, he's returning
Just an injury, right?
from an injury, but it will be contractually a situation at the end of the season. Now, if I know the Niners, like I know the Niners, this is one of them joints that they're probably going to get done sometime middle of the season when they start to see his health come back. And I think he gets offered an extension. Now, will he accept that extension? I don't know. But yeah, that I think the Niners extend Dre Greenlaw. But you know what it comes down to? It comes down to the progression of D. Winters and Jalen Graham and those young linebackers on the team.
So you think the Niners want to assess his health before making him a contract offer?
I think they make him a contract offer with his health pending, but I think it's on the lower side. And then I think they look to see what happens. If let's say he declines, let's say they make him an offer right now. Hey man, we want to extend you for 2 years, and it's not low, but it's low.
Let's say 2 years, $20 million with 80% guarantee. So you're gonna get $16 million. $16 million.
Okay, so that would be the deal, right? And so he might be like, he might not like that. But then let's say he don't sign it. Let's say he kind of brushes passes it, and let's say D. Winters comes out and starts balling, and then he says, "Yo, I think I want to agree on the deal." Can't the Niners be like, "Nah"? like
this was the offer. It's not the offer
that's
anymore.
see what I'm saying? So like it's so weird. That's when I think it becomes a situation. Other than that,
because Fred Warner is getting just under $20 million a year. He signed a 5-year, $95 million
correct,
deal,
and he's restructured too. So
right. So offering Greenlaw 2 years for $10 million. But see, if I'm Greenlaw, maybe you do want to take that because you don't know how you're going to bounce back. You
that's
get the
what I'm
$10
trying
million,
to say, and it's
or the
bro. It's
16 million.
That's 80% security,
and you
bro.
more likely than not going to renegotiate in the last year of the deal.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
second year.
Like I think they need to do. I think if I'm Greenlaw, I think him and his team, if the Niners present something like that, I'm not saying that they did. I'm not saying that they're going to. That's what I think. I would do that. Hands down. Team USA waxed that ass today. Congratulations. Team USA, the girls soccer team won. The men's
You saw the swimmer? Shorty won, and nobody was in the frame with her. Like she was the only person in the screen.
Only freaking person, bro. Yo, man, they got to stay off them drugs. All right, guys, you ready to get up out of here? Mike, what a great show. Nice Q&A. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely did. Y'all got to come up with some better questions, though. I be thinking y'all going to hit us with some questions going to make Mike think. Don't make me think, but make Mike think. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, if the best thing to do is like get me in a goofy mood and I'm just going to answer and then probably regret saying it later.
That's when they start clipping up stuff of you saying stuff.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for tuning in. Mike, you want to take us home?
We live all the time, kicking it with the fam, bro. That's Breezy. I'm Mike, and this is the BAM Show.